Hey everyone, welcome to Nurturing Home. I'm excited to bring you along for another Cook With Me video as I share some of the recipes and foods that I made this week. When my family makes cinnamon rolls, we like to add pecans. They give a really delicious flavor with the cinnamon and the raw sugar. Mia is not a fan of nuts though, so we do half with nuts and half without. Have you ever tried cutting your cinnamon rolls with twine or string or even dental floss? It gives a really clean edge and protects the swirl of the cinnamon roll. I use my same bread dough or pizza dough recipe for my cinnamon rolls. I allowed these to ferment in the refrigerator for 48 hours before I baked them and made them into cinnamon rolls. This allowed the gluten strands to break down, and it helps your body to digest the gluten. We love to put honey butter on top of our cinnamon rolls. Using raw honey and butter is a great alternative to white powdered sugar icing. This week we made a nutrient-dense cookie recipe. I have a base like oatmeal cookie recipe that I love to make, and it's always fun to add different flavors and different flours and different nuts to really make it hearty and nutrient-dense. Our daughter Mia helped me make these. First we creamed our raw sugar with butter and vanilla bean paste. And we added an egg and some cinnamon. The recipe for these cookies will go up on the website. We used old-fashioned oats, ground flaxseed, pecans, almonds, and organic unbleached all-purpose flour, and some dark chocolate chips. This cookie dough freezes well, so if you were to make a lot and roll it into balls, you could freeze it and bake it when you need a cookie or two. I love eating eggs in the morning and adding onions and basil and cheese and other flavors into my omelet, but I find myself spending a lot of time making this in the morning. So this week I made a quiche so that I can freeze slices of it and just defrost it and eat it in the morning to cut down on time making breakfast. It's always so hard for Mom to finally get to the point where she can fix her plate and sit down. So I thought this would be a great time saver to have a quiche frozen that I can just defrost a piece and eat. This pie dough recipe is really simple. It's just cold butter in my organic all-purpose flour with a little bit of Celtic sea salt. Then I'm just going to add a small amount of cold water until it comes together just enough to form into a large ball and let it sit in the refrigerator. After this pie dough sat in the refrigerator for around an hour, it was ready to be rolled out. Also did a pre-bake before I added in my egg and other ingredients for my quiche so that I wouldn't have a super soggy bottom. One of my favorite flavors with eggs is basil. Fresh basil is so delicious, and it is a flavor that I associate with summertime and lots of summer recipes. In the quiche that I made this week, I did spinach, green onion, basil, cheddar cheese, and half and half, a little pepper and Celtic sea salt. It has been really hot here this week, and one of my kids' favorite snacks is popsicles. I've been making them homemade popsicles in these molds for the past few summers, and they love it. It's a great way to pack in a lot of nutrients and a lot of fruits and vegetables into your kids' diet. I just start off with this organic whole milk yogurt. It's unsweetened, it's just plain. I'll just do a few cups of this and some maple syrup and some fruit. I also like to add cottage cheese for an extra protein boost. It doesn't really add much to the flavor, but it does pack in a lot of protein. So you can add in some spinach or some carrots, really any fruits or vegetables that you have on hand. I did frozen strawberries and blueberries for this recipe with a little bit of vanilla and maple syrup, and froze this, and it turned out great and super yummy and creamy. Homeschool went well this week, and we had some good tea times and reading time. We're doing a unit study on Little House on the Prairie and started the series with Little House in the Big Woods, and my kids have really been enjoying it. I'm really thankful to be home full-time with my kids during this phase of our lives. It is such a rich blessing to be able to nurture their minds through homeschooling, nurture their bodies through nutritious foods, and nurture their hearts in our home. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Cook With Me video. I hope you'll come back next week for another video from Nurturing Home.